Most people assume war starts because people are aggressive. History shows something different. War often begins when strength disappears. Hi, I'm Chris. On this channel, we slow things down and talk calmly about the ideas that actually shape our lives, without politics or outrage. Today, we're talking about what actually prevents war and why strength and unity matter more than aggression ever could. When people hear the word strength, they often picture violence, weapons, armies, aggression. But historically, strength has meant something much broader and much calmer. Strength is what convinces others not to fight you. It's an important distinction. Most wars don't start because one side feels strong. They start because one side feels the other side is weak. Here's the key idea. War is most likely when the cost of conflict seems low. Peace lasts when the cost is clearly high. Throughout history, conflict has been avoided not by kindness alone, but by clarity. Clarity about capability, resolve, unity, and consequences. When those things are obvious, war becomes irrational. The Cold War is one of the clearest examples of this. Two opposing systems, deep ideological differences, massive disagreements, and yet no direct war between two major powers. Why? Because both sides understood the cost. Strength was visible, alliances were clear, red lines were understood. It wasn't peace through trust. It was peace through mutual understanding of consequences. That clarity preserved decades of stability. Another critical factor in peace is unity. History shows that nations standing alone are more vulnerable. Nations standing together are harder to challenge. Alliances do something very important. They remove uncertainty. They make it clear that aggression won't stay contained. That clarity discourages escalation. Unity doesn't invite conflict, it prevents it. Now here's the pattern history repeats. When internal unity weakens, when societies fracture, when trust erodes, external pressures increase, not because outsiders suddenly became hostile, but because weakness became visible. That is why internal division matters, not politically, not emotionally, strategically. A society arguing with itself struggles to respond clearly, and uncertainty invites risk. The strongest societies in history weren't constantly at war. They were stable, predictable, competent. Their institutions worked, their people trusted them, their responses were measured. That kind of strength creates calm, and calm discourages conflict. Aggression signals insecurity. Stability signals confidence. This doesn't only apply to governments. It applies to communities, families, organizations, even individuals. Groups that are unified, prepared, and steady are less likely to be challenged. Groups that are chaotic, divided, and reactive attract pressure. This is human behavior scaled up. That's what has preserved peace again and again throughout human history. If this episode helped you think more clearly, consider following the podcast or subscribing on YouTube. Thank you for listening, and God bless America.